5:02 is the time this morning, continuing coverage of the Derek Chauvin trial. So many people waiting to see what the outcome will be for that former Minneapolis police officer accused of killing George Floyd as the jury gets closer, now deliberating.
Court TV's Julia Janae explains how the jurors will be spending their week as the decision sits in their hands.
The jury goes back to deliberating here in downtown Minneapolis after going for about 4 hours on Monday. That was after lengthy closing arguments. And each day they have up to 12 hours that the court will permit them to deliberate. They are sequestered. They are not allowed to have any contact with the outside world. They have bailiffs who are charged with protecting them and protecting this process. The scene outside of the courthouse does include demonstrators who have been surrounding that area, but they have been peaceful in the way they have demanded justice for George Floyd. As far as the way this deliberation process is going to be handled, these jurors will be sending any questions that they have to the judge, who will address them via Zoom. He won't be calling them back into the courtroom. Here's the last thing that he let them know on Monday before sending them out of the courtroom for deliberation.
Your like or dislike of any witness, attorney, or party should not have an effect on the outcome of the case. The state of Minnesota and the defendant have a right to demand, and they do demand, that you will consider and weigh the evidence, apply the law, and reach a just verdict, regardless of what the consequences might be. You must be absolutely fair. Remember that it is fair to find the defendant guilty if the evidence and the law require it. On the other hand, it is fair to find the defendant not guilty if you are not convinced of his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, members of the jury, the case is in your hands as judges of the facts. I am certain that you realize that this case is important and serious and therefore deserves your careful consideration.
The parties in this case won't be inside the courtroom waiting for a response from the jury. They're in different places that are outside of that courtroom. Only the judge will be there to receive those questions, but he will be contacting the prosecution and defense if there is any word out of that jury room. Reporting in Minneapolis, Julia Janae with Court TV.